Afternoon. It's Rowan Watson with I'm Zero to Hero yet again for another video. Um, Today, just want to go over some things that I've been thinking about and some things that I'm going to be planning. We went through scheduling yesterday and thinking about my schedule and what I'm putting in there. I've started actually putting together a schedule which is going to be obviously my work schedule, not necessarily the schedule for the videos, but thought that, effectively what I do need to do is do videos based on what I'm doing. Totally makes sense. If this is my journey that people can actually learn from and replicate, then it makes sense that my thought process is put in these videos so that people can follow it, and it makes it a little bit more congruent in terms of the actual timeline of what I'm doing. It all ties into the goals, it all ties into the income expenditure statements as well, and updates. So today has been really a case of starting to flesh out what the website is going to be. So as I've said, I really like the idea of an omnipresent or omnipresence on for a particular brand, which Online Zero to Hero. I mean, the whole essence of this is really a case of starting from zero and building something out. And it doesn't necessarily need to be that one affiliate marketing, for instance, or the YouTube channel. What I want to do is build out multiple streams of income because that way, if anything happens to one, then I've still got other things to fall back on as well. And also, it just means that ultimately should make more money with it, right? Um, that's not necessarily true, by the way. It could be that none of them make any money, and I just pay more stuff out per month, per week, whatever it may be. But anyway, the website is slightly different to the YouTube channel because this YouTube channel, I want it really to be a bit of accountability for me. I want an email sign up page for my YouTube channel so people can get emailed around, what we're actually doing with the YouTube channel. There will be stuff in there which I use. I've already been through a couple of things that I've already done, such as some of the branding for the site. Um, and I've talked about a couple of courses that I've been doing, but I actually want to share those because if they're successful, and by the way, when I say want to share them, it means that if they're working for me and if it's bringing a difference, then I absolutely want to make sure that you've got access to that as well, and it's an income stream, right? I'm not going to say it isn't because it will be because quite frankly, if it's working for me, I'd expect people to want to replicate what I'm doing as well. Doesn't necessarily mean to say, by the way, that if it doesn't work, then you shouldn't use it. It may just be that I'm not very good, quite frankly. Hopefully, that's not the case, by the way. I'm trying to learn as best as I can. So, the website itself will be very much focused on probably reviews, things like that. I'm pulling together exactly what it will look like, but it will be, a review site for making money online. That's got many different branches to it. It's all the things that I have done in the past and I enjoy doing, and I always go back to it and keep coming back to it because I view them as a bit of a hobby. It's never been professional sort of target for me, but it's things that I enjoy doing and do a lot of. So some of the things that I've started putting down on paper, it's not everything, by the way, but it's things I've started putting down on paper. Um, it's going to cover a number of different things. So forex, so trading. Uh, trading forex is something which I love doing. I've always loved doing it, and I think I might have mentioned something on the original video that I did, the very first video. Um, when it comes to doing really well, I felt guilty about it, so I stopped. So there's multiple products that I've bought, and it's all built up my knowledge. And actually, I think I've got a fairly good outlook in terms of what I want to do with forex and how to actually trade forex. Wouldn't call myself an expert. There's far better people out there, professionals out there. I've never been a professional trader. Would have loved to have been a professional trader, but there's still things in my mind which it just means that it's not quite what I want to be doing full time. However, saying that, given the option, if all this marketing goes well, you can absolutely bet your bottom dollar that I will be putting money in and funding my account again and starting trading, but probably more for the longer term. My issue has always been that I've never had a big starting capital to actually make it worthwhile. You know, it's been great for knowledge and education, and it's one of those things. Actually, I started trading probably 15 years ago, 15, 16, 17 years ago, something like that. I actually started in options trading, which is fun, but it's a very good way of losing your money very quickly if you don't know what you're doing. And you know, I've never lost money in trading, by the way. What I've always been able to do is break even. At the very least, I've always broken even, but also generally what I've done is made a bit of profit. You know, but it's tiny amounts of profits. You know, for the amount of work that I put into it, it's very little that come out of it. So it's kind of a case of, you know, it's just not professional for me at the moment. But you know, if I had a couple of $1,000, I'd be funding an account and I'd be trading daily as opposed to, you know, kind of the smaller time frames. But you know, that's certainly something I'm very passionate about from a hobby perspective. So for the forex, I absolutely want to do product reviews for some great, brilliant products out there which are absolutely fantastic, and I'd love to promote them, do reviews, and absolutely recommend them. There's also some shady people out there which I would advise people to stay away from as well, but we'll get to that in the actual website itself. Want to give some tips? You know, there's absolutely plenty of tips I can give. You know, top 10 tips for forex trading is an easy one for me to crack on with. Uh, and you know, reading list as well. There's some brilliant books. I mean, one of my favourite books, not necessarily forex related, not necessarily making money related either, but Warren Buffett's autobiography I thought was really quite entertaining, really interesting about him. Um, and also how to's. You know, I've got a brilliant nucleus of knowledge which I would love to share with people. Um, yeah, it's something which has always been really quite passionate to me about forex, and I'd love the idea of sitting in an office trading all day and all night. Unfortunately, I've got a family and they don't let me do that anyway, so doing that's probably a little bit uh, not quite for me. The next section would be affiliate marketing. Now that probably goes without saying, but you know, again, reviews about different products. You know, so although I might do a review of a product on the YouTube channel, it will probably be a written review on the website, probably you know linking to the YouTube video as well. I think if you can get backlinks and all that kind of stuff to your website, it's always good. Um, and you know, recommending third-party affiliates as well. I think you know you've got your general ones like ClickBank, JVZoo, which are great, and trust me, I've bought plenty of products from them, but never really promoted them except when I was in doing that little bit of affiliate marketing, and that's where I actually made a bit of money from. In actual fact, it was Google AdWords and ClickBank where I think I made that circa 250. It was like $200, maybe $300 in total. Can't really remember, but I remember that first time of getting the Google AdSense check, and I can't even remember how much it was. I think it might have been about $50. Whatever the whatever when you do Google AdWords, you have to reach a threshold, and then they release it to you. I made about $50. What again? I do ask myself, why didn't I carry this on? Because you know, if I carried on back then, you know, up to this point, I probably wouldn't be making this video. It wouldn't be an online zero to hero. It would just be online hero. You know, but this is kind of thing, and it all goes back to that patience. It's about resilience. It's about keeping going. It's about standing up one more time. Uh, what I want to try and do is separate the affiliate marketing in beginning, beginners, medium, and advanced, because I think the products I probably used which were advanced, which probably didn't help, because A, I didn't know how to use them effectively, and secondly, didn't know enough about it. So I'd love to go back to that kind of stuff and do reviews on those as I learn. But very much, you know, beginning is where I'm going to be because you know that's the stuff I'm getting at the moment. But that will also include, you know, stuff like the YouTube course and you know how to buy effectively on Fiverr and stuff like that. And then single shots. So I remember a while back, I think it was on the Warrior Forum, but I bought a brilliant, brilliant product, and I can't for the life of me remember what that product was. Um, it had something like pigeon in the title, and in actual fact, a couple of years ago, I was wanting to do something, wanted to drive traffic somewhere. I can't even remember what it was for, whether I was just thinking about doing a website or had a website and I wanted to drive traffic that I can't remember. But all I can remember was that it had some sort of pigeon in the title. And I know that sounds stupid, but it was a really, really cool little sort of a single shot of, do this bit of marketing. It created sort of a viral piece, and it directed traffic. And it was done in a really nice, quick, easy, simple way, but it also meant that people weren't sort of feeling duped. It wasn't sort of, there was nothing dodgy about it, but it was all real live traffic as well, which was very, very good as well. But I've tried searching for it, and I remember that couple of years ago, uh, I went to the Warrior Forum or whoever I bought it off, and it might well, I don't think it was JV's, it might have been something like that. But I tried getting it, and unfortunately, it's been continued. So happy days, So that's sort of lost now. I sort of remember the rough idea about it, but again, I've sort of lost it. Um, but yeah, then the other side to this is going to be what I actually use and what I recommend, because if I'm using it, then it's got to be working, right? That's the whole idea. Next section will be poker. Don't quite know what I'll do with that, but another hobbies of mine is poker. I've been playing poker for probably 20 odd years, both online and in casinos. There was a time when I actually was working as a contractor up in Nottingham, and whenever I was away from home, 'cause I used to stay away for a couple of nights. I think it was a Monday and a Tuesday. I used to go up on a Monday, stay Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then I come home on Thursday. So 3 nights I was in dusk till dawn, playing poker until 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever it may be, and then getting up, go to work, and literally just running out the door. But really, really good times. Really, really good times. And I used to do all right as well, by the way. I was all right. I've done a lot of online poker as well, loads of online poker. And recently, I was trying to do a little challenge for myself. It's just to spin up $50, and I think I've got a spreadsheet somewhere, but I came well out in profit and then just inked it all the way. It was stupid. Um, but some of that will be just free training and kind of stuff. From beginners level. What you need to do. Yeah, and by the way, in small stake poker, the best thing to do is just fold if somebody re-raises you, unless you've got the absolute nuts. So, there's a free tip. Um, and then the other two bits which I've got at the moment is betting, so gambling. I like to do. Uh, I like to really increase the odds in my favour. So where you can get free bets, how to really use those free bets to do it right. And I've used a lot of those, but that'll include things like horse racing, things like parlays and all those kind of things, greyhound racing,